So if we take that same time that Starfield took to develop, we are looking at 2031 before actually seeing the next Elder Scrolls game. The day has finally come, y'all. Elder Scrolls 6 is finally in development 5 years after it was initially announced. Back in 2018, Bethesda gave us a really short kind of teaser clip saying that Elder Scrolls 6 was coming, but I honestly think they only did that to make sure to keep it in everybody's mind that yes, we will eventually get to Elder Scrolls 6. Now they're still supporting Elder Scrolls Online and they've had some updates and things to that game, but the biggest thing that they were working on was Starfield. Now Starfield actually started back in 2015, and now that Starfield has finally been released, they can turn their full attention to the next chapter of the Elder Scrolls game. Of course, this puts the #1 question in everybody's mind is when is this game finally going to be released? But this is the latest chart straight from Microsoft, and they have the Elder Scrolls 6 listed here as 2026 expected or later. So the earliest we will see this game is 3 years from now in 2026. Elder Scrolls 6 is listed as being early in the development stages, so I would not hold my breath for this game to come out in 2026. Pete Hines himself, the head of development for Bethesda, has said that this game is still a long way off, and I think there's some good reasons for that. #1, and the main reason that I'm hoping for, is that Elder Scrolls is going to completely revamp their kind of Bethesda engine that they put into all of these games. The standardized Bethesda creation engine goes into all of their RPG style games. We've seen this in all the Fallouts, all the Elder Scrolls, and right now we're seeing it in Starfield, and I know that a lot of people kind of had an issue with that. Everybody was kind of expecting something new for Starfield since it's a totally different setting of a game, and that's not to say that the game is bad by any means, but people were just expecting something different. I mentioned earlier that Starfield was in production for 8 years before its actual release date, and for at least 1 year solid of those 8 years, we had COVID kind of throwing the whole world into chaos, so video games in general just didn't get developed at the same pace that they normally would have. But everybody is expecting something huge out of the next Elder Scroll games, and that is the fault of Skyrim. Skyrim being so massively popular, and with all of these remasters and all of these special edition releases, really set the bar for the next Elder Scrolls game that is due out. Just want to say a huge thank you to all of you guys who subscribe to the channel, and if you're not subscribed, consider doing that now. Bethesda knows this, and they are going to take their time with the Elder Scrolls 6, and they should. They definitely do not want a debacle on their hands of putting out this game too fast just because people want it and then ending up with a broken game. So if we take that same time that Starfield took to develop, 8 years, and it is 2023 right now, we are looking at 2031 before actually seeing the next Elder Scrolls game. So the next question on everybody's mind is, okay, it's still a long way off. Which console is this actually going to come out on? And I think it would actually be silly to say that we won't see a new console before the actual release of Elder Scrolls 6. Because Bethesda is a Microsoft-owned company, I would expect some support for the Xbox Series X and S, but no, absolutely not. We will not see this on the PlayStation 5. Now, Microsoft has not said yet that it is officially not coming to the PS5, but it would be ridiculous to think that these games would not be exclusive to Xbox because of the ownership rights. So to the question of will this be exclusive? Well, yeah, duh, of course it's going to be exclusive. They own the rights to it. Why would they put it out on PlayStation? And the last question on everybody's mind is, will this be available day one on Game Pass? And yes, right here reported on Tech Radar, it will be available day one. Further cementing the incredible value that is Game Pass, I've been playing Starfield day one, and with every release moving forward, I would expect all of these to be this way from Bethesda or any internal studio that is owned by Microsoft. So long story short, yes, the Elder Scrolls 6 is coming. I personally wouldn't expect to see it until at least 2030. No, it is definitely not going to be on the PlayStation, and yes, it is going to be available day one for Xbox Game Pass. Let me know what you guys think about the possible revamping of this creation engine by Bethesda for Elder Scrolls 6. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I've been John, by the way, and we will see you guys in the next one.